Afternoon, everybody. Brian here with Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I hope everybody's doing well, having a great Saturday, enjoying themselves, and feeling good, feeling loved. Um, just jump right into it. The big news today is Pluto going retrograde. It's a big deal. It's the first big retrograde. I mean, we had a Mercury retrograde earlier this year, but Mercury goes retrograde every 88 days, and it plays with us, but it's not like these big outer planets that really dig deep into our emotion and bring big change. And they're all on their way, and it starts here with Pluto, right here, just turned red. That means retrograde. As you can see, all the other planets, minus the nodes, which are important, but they're not planets. They're more like imaginary points that we use for eclipses, and they're also very karmic points on the chart. So past life karma, this life, what we're going towards. Those are about to move into North Node into Gemini, and the South Node is about to move into Sagittarius. Yes. So that's important. We're going to talk about that more another day. Today, Pluto is really the main big picture because Pluto brings the change. And, you know, it's going to really bring back like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years of growth that everybody's had and change. And I know if you're anything like me, I went through a ton of change in the last 2 years. And if you did too, then a lot of that's going to come back and we're going to have to deal with it again. But in a way that it's going to just bring it to light so that we can work through it. And that's really called shadow work. And, we're not perfect and everybody slips up every now and then. And we try to do our best. But sometimes we got to go back and make things right to grow. And that's what a lot of these retrogrades are. It's like retracing our steps so that we can pick up anything that we dropped and move forward and take that into the future. And this is Pluto's the big transformation one, and it's Pluto Capricorn, so it's what confines us and what we felt restricted us, and the time that we put into things, and maybe time we didn't put into things. That's all gonna start coming back, and you know, I don't know if you know or not. I just say that a lot, but there's just change coming, and this is the part. This is the first part. Um, what else is going on is our moon right here is making a sextile. Oops, making a sextile to Chiron. This is a short-lived transit. The moon moves fast, as you guys probably know, and if you don't, the moon moves fast. It's going to be conjunct with Venus over here tomorrow night. And on another note, kind of off topic, but it's important. I think everybody should make time this weekend to check out the moon and Venus in the sky at sunset. It's going to be beautiful, and it's the last time that we'll see those two together for a long time, as the moon will transition past. Venus will be going into retrograde, and we won't see them in the night sky anymore this year because Venus is moving in the morning star position and going retrograde. So enjoy that, divine feminine energy that we can get this weekend just by just giving them a moment of our time and soaking in that beauty, because it really is going to be beautiful. So close to the sun that when it dips off the horizon, they're just going to be lit up, and it's going to be a beautiful waxing crescent moon with bright Venus just right there next to her. So I do hope you guys can see that this weekend. If not, I hope you still get some of the energy from it. And I think the moon here is important just today for these few hours, is like emotionally, I think we're going to be making decisions about what makes us feel good, and what we need to work on to feel good for ourselves and what we want to fight for and keep moving for. These emotions are important, and Chiron's that healing aspect. So there could be some emotional decisions today that you're going to have to make and maybe communicate um, to someone that you love or to yourself, because there's change coming. So that's going to be pretty short-lived, but it's a good thing to work through that stuff. It shouldn't be bad. It's a sextile, so they get along. It should be friendly conversations with your emotions. It shouldn't be anything to worry about. This is something I'm excited about. Uranus is one of my favorite planets, and Uranus and the Sun are in an exact conjunction in Taurus today. They just came into that pretty much right when Pluto went retrograde at like just 5 minutes before noon, I think. So not too long ago, about an hour from when I'm filming this. And Uranus is the awakener. I've talked about it before, but this is when the energy is the strongest. Like, it's kind of the build-up as it comes into that orb. And then now today that energy is strong. Our soul is feeling the change, and a lot of it, because of Taurus, has to do with our physical surroundings, our values, our self-love, and hopefully we're coming into more self-love. That's always the goal, is more love, because especially self-love is going to make you emit more love to others, and just be a friendlier person and happier in life. And if you're not really loving yourself, like, you're probably not going to be putting out much love for anybody that you come encounter with. So keep that in mind, and I hope this energy is helping you, because it's pretty heavy, and it is making some aspects to Saturn down here, which Saturn's a big orb, it's a big planet, so it's not the heaviest because it's not super exact, whereas when the Sun was at 1 degree, that was an exact square. And squares are just a challenge, so it's like with Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to be, how are we going to connect more? How are we going to bring in the new age? How are we going to be innovative in these times? Because we're kind of confined to this reality that we're in right now. So how are we going to expand and just make the best of the situation? Because there's just always a way to make it better, and it's in your head, and like, you create it. So whatever the physical realities bring in, you have the choice and the ability to make it what you want. And Uranus wants you to be unique and to grow and figure it out. It doesn't want you to get left behind. Uranus wants you to constantly move forward and evolve. So keep that in mind. Another thing to look out for later in the week, and it's kind of starting to build up now, is this square from our moon. So the moon and Venus are going to be squaring Neptune at 20 degrees Pisces. And I've been talking about Neptune and Pisces all week. It's a big deal. It's really like we're gonna have to fight for what we believe in. It's not always going to be seen, and not everybody's going to see it, but you have to fight for your beliefs. Your beliefs, your truth, you have to have it and believe in it and fight for it, because nobody else is going to fight for your beliefs right now. The news isn't. I can tell you that much. They're making huge laws out here in California already, making everybody wear masks. And whether or not you believe everybody should wear a mask, that's your decision. I personally am not really into the mask thing. I don't really give in to that kind of fear. And it's not because I want to get someone sick, but I'm not sick. People are a little scared that they're sick. You know if you're sick. Like, guys, the news is scaring you, telling you that you could just give it to someone. Like, come on. You would know. Like, think about it. You have intuition. You have you control yourself. Take that as you will. Just my opinion, of course. But I'm looking at ways to get around that, and it's going to make people upset, but in my honest opinion, I don't want them to be upset, but that's something that they're going to have to deal with on their own. That's their fears. And I mean, I don't want to bring out their fears, but I'm also not going to give in to fear. And there's nothing divine about wearing a mask. I don't think God intended for every human on earth to wear a mask ever. And if you believe that He did, by all means, that's your opinion. A little off topic, but the point about that square is it's going to be a challenge for us to find our emotional beauty coming up here soon, and we're going to have to really ask questions and communicate our feelings to ourselves, to other people, because things are going to get a little deceiving, and it can be in any number of ways of aspects. It could be the news, it could be people you love. Venus is in shadow and it's about to go retrograde, so love and like self-worth is going to be tested here soon. I hope I got all my ducks in order there, but you can never be too sure, and whatever comes up, it comes up for a reason, and we just have to deal with that stuff. But yeah, times are getting good. They're getting interesting in the astrology world. I don't want to scare anybody. I really don't. I love you guys, and I just feel called to bring this message out. And it's not even really the message I want to give. It just is what it is. Like, I don't draw this stuff and say, oh, here's where I'm going to put the planets today. Like, this is where the planets are, and this is where the energy is. And, sure, it's my interpretation, of course, but there's a lot of other astrologers out there who are interpreting it the same way. And, you can interpret it how you want to. And I just hope that everybody feels love right now, because that's the best thing we can feel. It'll get us through whatever curveballs our reality brings. So swing for the fences and love. Love yourself. There's nothing to be scared of. There's really not. And we might have to, with Uranus, we might have to look outside the box to make our reality and what we value, because it might be taken from us soon. Little things like smiling when you walk by someone won't even be a thing anymore. Won't even be a thing anymore. You can wink, shoot winks at people because we're all covering our face. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I truly love you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. I know it's not like the most upbeat one. There's good, there's always good, there's always bad. It's just the way it is. Let's pull a card. The Moon card, ironically enough. The Moon she brings change every month. There's change coming right now. And, are you going to make light of it? Are you going to make dark of it? How do you want to believe the reality right now? Light, dark, beauty, feminine, energy, masculine, energy. Are we gonna fight for what feels good for us? Or do we just let our self-worth and what makes us feel good get taken from us? There's always choices. There's always two sides to everything or more. No right, no wrong. I just hope whatever you guys do feels good for you and makes you happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, then I feel bad, because I just want everybody to have their power and to feel good about themselves. All right, I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.